Fairfax, Mr. Plum.
Mr. Speaker, I rise for a point of personal privilege and introduction.
Gentleman has the floor.
Mr. Speaker and ladies and gentlemen of the House, this year is the 75th anniversary of the March of Dimes. As you may know, the organization was chartered by President Franklin Roosevelt in 1938 to find the cause and treatment for polio, a disease that the President had in the 1920s. The polio campaign was the first major nationwide voluntary campaign to raise money for research, and the effort resulted in a safe, potent, and effective vaccine, the Salk polio vaccine, in 1955. During the polio campaign, the U.S. saw the largest mobilization of volunteers in the history of the nation. Some of you may have read about in the history book about the cards that were given out where people inserted dimes in the card as part of that fundraising effort. Today, almost all babies receive a polio vaccine developed with funding from the March of Dimes. In the decades that followed, the March of Dimes has worked to stamp out rubella, has promoted for regionalized newborn intensive care units, or what we know as NICU units, has funded the development of therapy to mature the youngs of premature babies and other life-saving treatments, promoted folic acid to prevent birth defects of the brain and spine, and brought newborn screening to every baby at birth. Nearly 4 million babies are born annually, and nearly 12% of these babies are born too soon. Every week in the Commonwealth, more than 230 babies are born too soon. Some of these babies do not live to celebrate their first birthday. Some live with lifelong health and developmental problems. With the March of Dimes prematurity campaign launched in 2003, we've seen a gradual reduction in the number. The March of Dimes is educating providers and consumers about the importance of full-term pregnancies with a quality improvement initiative called 39+ weeks. This service package is now in 10 hospitals in the Commonwealth, affecting over 22,000 babies annually. In 2012, the March of Dimes and the Association of State and Territorial Health Officials pledged to reduce prematurity by 8% by 2014. The Commonwealth was one of the first states to sign on to this pledge in March of 2012. Our state's latest rate of premature birth from 2011 is 11.2%. In order to reach the challenge by the end of 2014, we need to decrease the premature birth rate to 10.5%, representing an additional 950 babies born at term. So the March of Dimes staff and volunteers are here today to make us aware of these facts, to continue to ask us for our support, and to ensure that all women of childbearing age have access to child care. In Virginia, 294,000 women of childbearing age are currently uninsured. Of these women, 110,000 would become eligible for Medicaid under the expansion option to cover all individuals up to 133% of the federal poverty level. So from school children to scientists, from presidents to parents, from celebrities to citizens, everyone has made and continues to make a difference to the March of Dimes. I hope our visitors have made it into the gallery today so that we can recognize the volunteers and staff from 2 March of Dimes chapters here in Virginia, and I ask the House to join me in providing my welcome.